All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for following. Wherever you're watching from, as usual, wherever you're following us from, this is LNTV, LNTV Liberia Live on Facebook, ERBC Radio 99.9 FM on Facebook also, and on local frequencies. But wherever you're following us from, we'd like to say thanks for following and thanks for joining us. We are in an industrial environment, and if you can look behind us, you see equipment behind us. But basically where we are along the Kakata-Malgibi Highway, precisely in Careysburg, where the government of Liberia have recently launched or inaugurated the poultry egg facility, egg production facility or poultry. This industrial facility is a government of Liberia sponsored, project, and our team is here to bring you up to speed and tour the entire facility, and also we'll bring you all of the details that are packed as it relates to this particular poultry facility. 26 million investment, and it also aims to boost local food security and to reduce reliance and the importation of eggs into Liberia, and also to stimulate the economic growth and also job creation for us. It's a very huge facility, and there's a lot for you to see, so we want you to stick and stay with us. Don't go, but let my colleague run you through the basic details as it relates to financing this facility, production capacity, infrastructural outlook, and all of that. Let me join Ayes and give back quickly.
So I want to say thank you, Williams, and say thanks for joining us. It was on Friday, May 2, 2025, when the President, His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boyka, and his entourage toured the facility of the Liberia Poultry Farm Complex. That is how it is branded.
Okay.
The Liberia Poultry Farm Complex, and the company that is contracted to do this job is called the Agro Top Limited. It's a Turkish company, okay. But more of their works are being carried out in America. And if you will recall, the former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, he came into Liberia and he started the negotiation about a poultry farm. And so this AgroTop Limited has another landmark in Nigeria. It's a huge poultry facility. But speaking about Liberia, this place is situated on a 50 acres of land at the moment. But as we speak, there is 33 acres of land that is in use.
So that means 33 acres of land is being occupied
by the current infrastructure you are looking at on this farm. So, and the loan, the government of Liberia took a loan from the what you call the Bank of Lumi, and it's in Israel. So it is a loan that was taken by the government of Liberia to finance this entire project. And at the moment, from what we are told, this place will be operated by 150 individuals.
Speaking of staff, right?
Speaking of staff.
Okay, and that also goes in line with the issue of job creation, as I mentioned earlier.
Certainly, because as you speak, you have Liberians who are currently working here. You see people operating the machine, people are building, and they are assembling other structures along this place. And out of the 150, the number will drop when the project shall be completed. Because mind you, there are people who you are using at the moment that may not be, so to speak, important or essential when the place starts to operate.
Probably speaking of construction
engineers, we're talking about people who are operating the motor grader and what have you. So you have 33 security personnel who are being contracted to man the entire facility.
Okay. And
that number will remain, because mind you, once you start to operate, you need more security protection at this place. And you also have 10 foreign staff. So the local ones, the local ones will be like 100, and then the foreign staff that will also be here to operate the facility will be around 10. And then the project was actually signed in the month of March
2024?
No.
But they actually started work sometimes last year.
Yeah, the project was signed in 2023.
Sure.
But they started on
March
12th.
Okay.
No, March 13, 2024.
That's just last year.
Yeah, last year, and they are expected to climax this entire project by the end of September of this year.
2025.
2025. So by September, we should see the production of eggs. And mind you, one thing we are missing out is this place is not just going to be involved into the production of eggs. They are, excuse me,
sure.
They are going to produce organic fertilizers.
Okay.
Yeah, they are going to be engaged into the business of producing organic fertilizer. So it is a huge project. And speaking about the production level, a little over 200,000 eggs are expected to be produced on a daily basis once they start the production work.
All right, that's great. So those are basic information that we wanted to provide before we start the tour. So those of you who are following, you can now join us. I guess we can begin the tour, but those are basic information. And as we go about the tour, we might bring more details for those of you who are watching. But let's give you a view of what the environment looks like currently. Basically, as we speak, we have materials already being brought on ground for the construction project. These are all materials that have been brought by the engineers to continue this construction.
Yeah, certainly. And if you want to come closer,
sure,
Damoa, you will see.
Yeah.
Well, unlike the engineers who will want to tell the name of some of the equipment that we are seeing here.
Sure.
But let's see
if we can talk to one.
Yeah, we cannot do this without talking to the folks in charge of this.
Can we just make use of the opportunity?
Okay. So we want to engage the view.
You want to talk to them? No. I mean, that's nice.
Okay, so
folks, let's just make it clear for those who are watching. It's unfortunate that we might not be able to talk to any of the engineers for now because they're quite busy. And we've been told the person who's responsible to talk to us, we try our best to make the necessary connection, but he could not get here in time, so we were unable to talk to him. But we couldn't cancel the trip because he wasn't able to make himself available. But howbeit, let's show you the construction work that is ongoing as it relates to the construction of this portrait.
And this is a massive, massive work that is being carried out here. And speaking about Damoa, you want to point the camera. So when we spoke to the folks here, look at the hill.
Yeah.
And this place, as we were told,
it's on a hilltop.
It's on a hilltop. So imagine the height of that hill that you are looking at and the ground level you are currently looking at. So it means the guys, if I were you told was this place was a bush, a deep bush.
Obviously.
Yeah, certainly it was a deep bush that they have to come here and reduce the hill to a certain level.
All right. That's what that's supposed to do.
So folks, welcome once again, and we're sorry for the break-in transmission, but this is a huge facility. Anthony, you want to look, and this is exactly what we are talking about.
Sure. It appears one of one of the areas that will be hosting some of the chickens. Basically, these are giant-sized structures, as you can look at it, and the engineers are doing a magnificent job, to construct these particular locations. Can we just walk on the side?
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
This place going to host chicken.
So this is one of the facilities that will be hosting some of the chickens.
Yes.
And we've been told by the engineers. So you can just kindly focus on the guy doing the job there. He's trying to compact, this place and make it level, because in here they'll have cages that will host the chickens, and not just the bare floor. Some cages will be created where the chickens will be separated. I mean, if you've been to a poultry before, you know what I'm talking about. But we can go to the next location quickly.
And talking about the liberalization, if you just take a key look of some of the folks that are on the job here, you see the typical Liberian men, Liberian women working. And this machine, operator, at the moment, the operator is typically a Liberian man. You don't even need to ask a question.
Speaking of more Liberians, let's go to the other end.
So folks, come with us as we tour the Liberia Poultry Farm here in Careysburg District, Monsterrado County. And like we told you, you have serious work ongoing here, and so that's why you want to see here again. You have
the mixing cement. I mean, they're building huge structures, so obviously these tractors are bringing in water. The folks, if you show the camera there, that's a huge foundation for another structure that will be coming up. If you look on the other end here, so this foundation will also support this one from this end. If you look right here on this other end, I mean, very solid looking, very strong. This is going to be another facility. I mean, this foundation is similar foundation that was created for the previous one that's right behind us where we were, if you look closely. So
I'm told that the same air milling.
Sure, definitely. That's the same, I mean, very air milling, area. This is another component of it that's just right here on the left side. If you look closely right here on our left side, I mean, giant size steels, I mean, this is some very magnificent construction that is actually taking place if you look at the way it looks like. I mean, so basically, this is, like you said, 50 acres of land is in some small portion of land for this type of construction to take place. So, and this is obviously going to revolutionize the poultry sector. Let me just speak about the agriculture sector in Liberia, because the country or the government as a whole itself has not been making investment when it comes to this particular sector, except that if I want to say indirect investment, speaking of working with farmers, who have their smaller poultry production areas, government and NGOs have been putting some funding to these organizations or to individuals who have their smaller poultry production areas. But speaking of doing it on a larger scale, where it will be beneficial to the country, this is what we're talking about. This type of intervention will obviously benefit the country and revolutionize, the agriculture sector of Liberia holistically.
And speaking about the boost that the coming of this poultry facility will bring to Liberia, I can recall in one of the conversations that we conducted with the Minister of Agriculture. He said the president told him in one of the cabinet meetings that, the president told him that, by 2025, it is my wish that Liberia will not import frozen fruit. Frozen food, speaking about chicken feed, beef, and what have you. So looking at this, it only reminds me of the statement that he made during the investment conference that was held at the ministerial complex in Congo Town. So if you judge from this one and looking at it, making a tour in Bomi County again to the Liberia American Poultry.
Yeah, that's lab.
That's a huge
Sure.
work. That's a huge work that has been carried out in Bomi, and you want to blend it with this in Careysburg.
Sure. All right, just a little view so you see how the guys are working. So you see how the guys are working before we leave. We just want to show you these guys are doing some great job. How you do, gentlemen? How the job? Grandpa, how are you, boss? Okay, how the job? Okay, so currently what we got going on here, basically.
So this is one
Okay.
storage building.
Okay, so okay, you're creating the bins like foundation for a story building. How many stories are you talking about?
I'm talking about one story.
Okay,
Similar
just
length.
okay, like this
That's
one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, but what was this particular portion going to be used for?
Which one?
The one that you're building now, the building.
Okay, that one is storage,
Okay.
and this place is like car park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. How's the work so far?
I will tell God thank you
Okay.
for His goodness to us.
All right. You guys are doing a great job, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So these are some of the engineers just to show you that they are doing a magnificent job. They are undertaking the construction of what is expected to be something like a car park, but basically a one-story building. And then I guess beneath that there will be cars being parked. This is actually a giant size facility, so you expect that to obviously be a car park. Certainly.
You have vehicles that will be stationed here, and they will be used to transport the eggs across the country.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Some of the staff that will also be here, we have, their vehicles, and they will have to. Intermittently, you have people coming in just to purchase and go. So you cannot just come here and park your vehicle anywhere you want to.
So basically, as in some of these buildings, especially the ones that will be hosting the chickens and all of that, we have like a few of them that look like they've literally been completed already. And I guess we can just walk there. Because basically, on this portion that we brought our followers, what's going on here is construction works. But there are some places where construction has already, have gone like a reasonable amount.
Nearing like 85%.
Yes, nearing 85, 75, 80% of completion. So we should probably go and show our followers what those places look like.
Secondly,
These giant sized warehouses and buildings that will be hosting chicken.
Yeah, so folks, we are making our way to show you this is the exterior portion of the portrait, and we are trying to make our way in to bring you a vivid look of how the portrait is going to be like, where exactly will the issue of production be carried out, and you want to speak about the storage facility also.
Sure.
And I guess you saw images on social media, and you want to see for yourself, because this is what we do, give you a play-by-play description of events as they unfold. So if you look on my far left, you see one of the buildings, and this is a long stretch of building. So if you hear the folks saying, well, we are going to produce a little over 200,000 eggs a day, then one will want to wonder as to where are you going to store all of those eggs that you are talking about? How big is the facility you are also speaking about? So we will drill you through, and we will carry you. And it seems like the entire project is on course 100%. As you speak, you see cement that are in plastic, and not even worry about rain because they are already protected. It will be in the open. So this is creating an opportunity for Liberians to get job, because if you speak about job creation, I think this is one of the mediums through which a country can provide job for its citizen. Because mind you, if you bring it in to country, different companies to operate, you have Liberians who will have to take on the mantle.
Yeah.
So speaking about this place, at the moment,
Going there.
this is just serving the purpose of a warehouse. For the time why you want to bring the camera.
Yeah, before we go in there, there is active work ongoing on this other side of the facility. If you can just do a side shot and show straight ahead of you, you'll be looking at, you know, the buildings. This giant size warehouse, and then they're all in line, you know, several of them in line, you know, lined up. These will be the warehouses that will be hosting the eggs themselves. Then there will be separate buildings where the production will be taking place, where the chickens themselves will be kept, the hens themselves will be kept. But if you just look right between here and look at the length, you know, the massive length of these buildings, how long they are, you know, imagine how many chickens will be kept in here. So probably we should, I guess,
you want to show the generator where they will source their power from at the moment.
For now,
So,
at the moment,
so
speaking of
very
power,
huge.
let's just get closer to the machines, and then we can talk about power, because when I spoke to one of the engineers earlier, he made it clear to me that these machines are literally providing power currently for the work that is ongoing, and they expect that these machines will also be here to eventually serve as support system.
Okay.
But they intend to get power from the national grid. And he made it clear that the Liberia Electricity Corporation, through the government of Liberia, have secured an agreement to provide electricity for this facility. So that means LEC will be bringing transformers, in fact, according to him, in here, somewhere closer to this facility. And let's just stand right by the machine so the camera will look out. He made it clear that these machines will stay here, but they are currently being used for the work that is ongoing. But the LEC, or through the government of Liberia, the government of Liberia already been installed. According to him, a third one will be installed on that other end of the facility. So basically speaking of power, this place will be powered by the national grid, according to the engineer.
Yeah, talking about running a poultry, one thing that you need to take into consideration is the issue about power.
Sure.
Because if you are going to produce 200,000 eggs per day, where exactly are you going to store them?
Sure.
Because in just 2 days time, you'll be talking about producing a little over 20. Yes.
Sure, definitely.
400,000, so to speak, 400,000 eggs a day. So let's move a little further.
And also speaking of power, there's also expected to be solar energy to also serve as backup, because we all know, with no disrespect to government, we all know about the power generation. So there's also going to be solar energy that will be added to this facility. So we're talking up to 360 kilowatt of solar energy will be used on standby. So if you look at the top of the buildings, we were speaking about the entity that's carrying out this construction. If you look at the top of the building there, you see their name written there. It says AgroTop. Like you said, it's a Turkish company that's currently undertaking this venture for the government of Liberia. So we'll make our way into one of the warehouses now, and also one of the places where the hens will be kept, or the chickens will be kept, one can say. So
And I'm also
before we enter in
I'm
there,
being informed that the LEC bus is expected to do a tour here on Friday. I guess it's in line with the
the power issue. Yeah, sure, definitely. I mean, even before the LEC send power here, they will obviously have to send a team to do a survey, get to know, the power generation capacity of the or the power consumption capacity of the facility, and then before they can determine how to send power out here. But don't forget, the CLSG line is all crossing over somewhere in this vicinity. So it's obvious it's not going to be a hectic job for LEC in my mind, from what I'm looking at. But right behind us is one of the warehouses. This one it's pretty much doesn't have much in it. But there's this one right here. We're going to make our way in.
And you cannot tour this entire facility without showing the images that surface on Facebook, because my Liberians are interested to see.
Sure. So right now, some of them are not functional. Basically, once the president came, they had to show him how it would work when it comes on. But some of them are not powered currently. But we can still show you how it's going to be.
So folks, come with us as we take you on the journey.
So before we even enter, just look from here, from the edge, and see the length, see the distance, and see how far, how long the hallway is to walk you through.
So I want to try walking.
Sure.
To see if.
So as we move on, these are all equipment. Come to think of the way that the egg production is going to be done. This is in the manual process. The manual process that everyone does on the farm. You just get to put the chicks or the chickens in one random area and throw food at them. They get to grow and continue all of that. This is going to be digital in a way. This equipment I see, if you can show the camera, some of this equipment I see will contribute to ensure the chickens can get fertilized in time. They have a time period, and all of that. And then you can capture all of the eggs and all of that. Once the chickens hatch out or lay the eggs, they will be removed by this machine. You will not have much human intervention, from the way this equipment have been structured.
And this is the conveyor belt.
Yeah, so if you look closely here, this is obviously the conveyor belt. And then this is very soft enough to make sure that the eggs can roll in here, smoothly.
And you can, as far as this.
Yes, definitely. And come here. And then this will obviously be the crates where the eggs will be placed. And then they will all go up, if you look closely. And then they will be well packaged. So several of them. There is 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is very huge. I would prefer we just show the camera by row, from one row to the other, so they get to see what I'm talking about. So maybe we can just make it straight as we walk, then they can get to see the various rows. But this is one row right here. Anyway, just move on. So we're still touring. So basically, one thing I admire is it gets to tell you, the production capacity that was mentioned. Because look at the length. Yes. So yes, look at the length, and see in between there. If you can just look at the length and look at the distance. Look at the distance, see how long that is. If you look at the end there, you get to see the lights from the beginning of the hallway. And these are giant size equipment costing millions of dollars that have been placed in here for this production purpose. So basically, let's just move on.
There will be water all the time inside.
So there's going to be water in here always?
No, here you see the pipe?
In a pipe? Yeah.
And there is metal. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like a piston.
Okay,
so
I understand.
Touch, the water will drip.
Oh,
so
great.
The chicken will touch with the beak.
Okay,
so
great.
It will come inside the...
So those are meant to feed the chicken with water and food? Yeah. That's awesome. So, I mean, this is
the feed trough.
Okay,
feed trough. So the feed will come here. You see this feed cart?
Okay,
it will sort the feed here.
Okay, so this is where the feeds will come.
I'm not answering now. You take them.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. So the feeds come here.
Yeah.
And the chicken come and eat.
Yeah, chicken will be eaten. It will be like this. So the head will come here.
Yes. So yes. This is the feeder.
No, this is not the feeder. This is the feeder.
Okay, this one is the feeder.
Yeah. Okay. And this one.
The chicken will lay the eggs. Eggs will come here.
Yeah, yes, great.
It will drop on this.
So it's the conveyor belt.
Yeah, this is conveyor belt. So it will carry the
eggs. Great. Yeah, that's
and when the egg come, If we don't work on one day, every day they need to collect egg. If we don't work one day, so next day there will be too much egg. So
Okay,
we don't want the next day eggs to come on this. So we have here
Second layer.
egg saver. Okay.
Okay.
So this will be stay like this, and eggs cannot pass.
Okay.
And when we want
The
to
egg is too much. This we have to go up to disallow the other eggs from coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. When the eggs are staying here, chicken habit is to beak it. Okay. They want to eat the egg.
Yes, you're right.
So we don't want this. There will be too much damaged eggs. So here you see the cable. This is a live wire. There will be power on this.
Okay.
And so when they want to touch the egg, they will touch this and they will get pain, bite. So they will not touch anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, like
That's very important. So basically,
Nice.
thank you very much. So we go to the next location, Isaac.
Yes, certainly. Well, folks, this is okay.
eggs are coming, and it's coming too on this one. This is egg elevator. It will be carried like this.
Okay.
And then the conveyor will take it to the packing house. That will be conveyor. We will install it.
Okay, so it will take the egg from this portion, and then the egg will be lined up in here.
Yeah, there was another conveyor.
Okay.
So it will be dropped on the conveyor.
Okay. So now you will get it from here and then
Package.
move forward.
Okay, great. That's awesome. Let's go to the next place.
Next place is the same. It's under construction.
And how many of them we have?
We have 3 pieces of them.
This particular building, you have 3 for now. Great. And how many eggs can each of this building have?
There will be 75,000 chicken.
75,000 chicken per building. Awesome.
So total egg production will be 200,000 per day.
200,000 per day. Yes, we also know. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But are there plans to increase the number of
In the
chickens?
future?
In the future, it's their decision. If it's
Oh, it's government's
Yeah,
decision to
government.
increase in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
Definitely.
That will have to come with a new facility, the erection of
I don't
new
know.
facility.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends in the future.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So it is obvious that
So basically,
technical people who they don't really
Give us some
have
details,
interest in wasting their time because he's really on the job per the minute, so he don't want to waste much of the time,
So what we've been told is this one that we just taught is the amongst the few that are fully completed, and the rest of them are still under construction. So active works are ongoing in there. We could probably show the camera so folks can see what's going on. We can't just So there is another one. Yes. Same size according to him. According to him, they have I think 4 of them. 3 of them. So this is another one. It's basically the same concept, the same technology. And I like the part that he explained. If we can just come right here, so yeah.
So just walk through from this point to the end of the
So we can just walk through, yes, definitely. Just to show you what it looks like. Let's make sure there's nothing in the way. So we can just walk through from one end to the other so you guys can see what it looks like. Yeah, this one looks very clear. So basically, I mean, this is it. According to him, each of these baskets will be hosting chickens, 200,000 plus eggs per day. And over there will be those ones that you're looking at. That's where water will be coming from to feed the chicken. And it says 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's like a piston.
Yes, piston, where the water will be coming from. So this is where the feeders of the chicken will be placed, where the food for the chicken to be eating will be placed. In this basket, the eggs will be coming in the conveyor belt. There's also an auxiliary conveyor belt that will hold the eggs so that they don't get damaged when the belt get full. But they expect that every day there will be people taking up eggs so that these belts don't get full, so that the chicken themselves do not use their beaks to brush the eggs.
And this is going to be power with current, so to speak.
Sure.
That whenever this place is filled and the chicken want to use the beak to brush the egg, they are going to be reminded by instinct of the current.
Oh, wow.
This is This is a danger zone. It's a hard line.
Yeah, you can't
Don't
put your
want to.
big
Yes. But
So we
folks,
just want to walk you through so you get to see what the distance is like as we move on. And these are all aluminum from what I'm looking at.
Yeah, they
are very light equipment. They're not really that heavy from what I'm looking at. And then they have irrigation. They have irrigation embedded into all of this equipment with water pipes running, you know, in all directions to also cool the environment for the chicks or for the chicken. Sorry, they have to cool the environment for the chicken. And there is also an additional facility where chickens will be kept, where they will be hatching chicks for mass production, because come to think of ancient growth levels, some of these chickens might, you know, overgrow and stay, you know, overdue time. So they will be replacing some of them. There will be an area where these chickens will be kept, and they will be also hatching their eggs to get more, you know, new chickens to fill the facility.
so folks, this is in relation to having Liberia to be a
Sufficient.
producer of poultry meat. Talking about the chicken feed, the usual chicken feed you will buy in the market.
All right.
Yeah, so folks, we want to say welcome back. Sorry for the break in.
I mean, the location, so the internet, obviously. The internet. How are you guys?
So if you look on the outside of this place, you will see women who are also forming part of the construction work. And I guess this is a sewer system, a canal.
So if you look closely.
So talking about the 50 acres of land.
Yeah.
They are only, they are only situated on 22
Yes,
acres
22 acres.
at the moment. So you have,
Which way is the vehicle?
I guess we have to move this go that way.
So basically, as we speak, we are at the back of the facility. And earlier we were showing you some of the warehouses or where the cheese will be kept and where the egg production will be taking place. So we're still walking through and showing you. Yeah, there you go. And there are additional facilities being constructed.
If you look at this side of the building, you see there is a portion that is
the ventilation
is meant for ventilation.
Yeah.
But you need not to be too.
There is a speak up.
Yes.
For you know, this particular portion, like I said, speaking of irrigation within the building, but also there is, you know, proper ventilation created during the construction process. We can see those large giant size fans, that have been created right ahead of us there. So I mean, basically the work continues. For those of you who are following, the work continues. We are at the back of the facility if you look closely, and as we move on, Aizen, you can go ahead. We just wanted to show.
So folks, at this portion of the facility is the back, and here you have a huge structure being erected. And once this is completed, it's going to provide an opportunity for 125 persons who will be working here actively, talking about Liberians who will be working here, and also you have foreign partners or experts, if you may, who will also be working on this farm, and like we were told, they will be around 10, while you have 125 local
Sure, local staff
staff working here.
that will stay on ground.
They will, and you will also have 33 security personnel to man this facility, because mind you, 50 acres is not a joke. And if you are carrying on massive work, you will need a huge percent of security personnel to man this entire facility. So at the moment, we are back again to where the active work, and this is the construction site on this farm, and you have the Liberians who are forming part of this great initiative here. So you see, you have cereals that are being plated, and they will be taken to the various warehouse for the casting. So except for this machine that is being right, except for this machine that is being operated by the foreign, all of the machines being operated by the locals, speaking about Liberians, and you see this one. So Willow, I would want for us to position ourselves over the hilltop and then give you a pictorial view of
Yeah, we can go there.
this entire facility. So folks, just come along with us. We are trying to make our way on top of the hill
Just to give you something
to
like
give
a
you
drone shot
a
or a
drone
bird eye
shot,
view.
so that you can see exactly how this facility looks like from the perspective of the drone. So, Will, what do you make of uh, the level of production? Speaking about 200,000 eggs
X daily.
a day,
Yeah.
and if you blend that number by 31, because this is not going to be an issue of holidays
Yeah.
and what have you, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have the chicken laying egg uninterrupted.
Yeah, sure. I mean, come to think of it, I'm trying to think of, and I will obviously do the research. Can you just focus behind us as we go? Yeah. I'm trying to think of, and I will do the research to find out, factories within the region or across Africa or Liberia to find out, uh, to find out, or poultries that are producing eggs at that magnitude, because I want to draw a conclusion as to how impactful this is going to be and how revolutionary it's going to be. It will obviously revolutionize Liberia egg production or poultry industry. And trust me, Aizen, like you mentioned with the president's concern about us getting to a level in the future where we eradicate the importation of frozen food into Liberia, we ourselves can be able to produce those, quote unquote frozen foods, have our own industry, have our own fathers to be able to host them. Once we climb up here, we just wanted to show you what it's like from above, give you a bird eye view of what this particular facility looks like. My colleague,
Talking about the health benefits
yeah,
of producing organic eggs
yeah.
and meats.
Even frozen food, comrade, look at how long it takes before some of these products get to arrive to Liberia. From above here. Oh, yeah, I understand. So imagine from above here, look behind us, and see all of the facilities. So look,
Yes.
currently, like the engineer said, if you look behind us, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
5 is behind. How many poultries that are within the region, Liberia, Sierra Leone? Let's be limited even to the MRU region, the Mana River Union region, to see. Because trust me, this is obviously international level from what I'm looking at.
Yes, it's international. Like I told you, one country that has so far benefited from the works of the agro top is Nigeria.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, you mentioned former Nigerian president,
Goodluck Jonathan.
Goodluck Jonathan,
Right.
during whose government Nigeria made use of the expertise of this company.
Yes, certainly. So, folks, we want to bring this broadcast to a closure. It has been an eye-opening day for the Liberia. It has been an eye-opening day for the Liberia Poultry Farm complex here in Careysburg, Lower Monsterrado County. And as you can see in our back, you have ongoing work that's taking place. And this place at the moment is taking care of 150 workers. And when they shall have completed this entire facility and is operational, now you have 125 because you have to reduce the manpower load because you have some engineers who are, at the moment are working, but you will not need them beyond that point. So you have 10 experts who will also be here, and this facility will be managed for 2 years by AgroTop. And after the 2 years, so if you're talking about 2 years, you're talking about 2026, 2027. So by 2028, Liberia will then be in a position to run this poultry on their own, and it's 26 million United States dollar loan that was given by the Bank of Lomi in Israel. And so all efforts are being exerted into this work and making sure that, well, Liberia can stand on its own and produce organic eggs and meat in the country.
All right, folks. So before we depart, we'll also walk back there and just give you some B-rolls of the environment so you see for yourself. But this has been it. There's not going to be much talking now. We just thought to take you around the facility. We couldn't go in all of those warehouses because there's active construction going on there. But the ones we show you, you saw it for yourself. Purely digital, state of the art. And we were fortunate to have gotten one of the engineers to explain how the technology is going to work. And they're going to make sure as per the layout to pick eggs every day. And the picking of the eggs is now going to be done manually. There's a conveyor belt that will make sure the eggs keep rolling into the crates or keep rolling, onto the egg crane. And then it goes into for packaging so that the chicken themselves do not use their beak to crack the eggs. There are also mechanisms put in place to make sure that even if the conveyor belt is full with eggs, there is another layer where the chicken can pull their eggs until they can be removed for packaging. I mean, like my colleague says, 26 million US dollar loan given to the government of Liberia to undertake this project. The sole purpose is to make sure Liberia can make some strides into agro, production, agriculture, egg production.
Not just egg, but the of organic
fertilizers also will be produced here at this facility. And so wherever you watch this one, we'd like to say thanks for watching. We'll be coming here time immemorial as the project extends or takes another shape. We'll be coming here to show you. there are other projects that we also intend to follow. I was speaking of the Liberia Poultry in Bombing County. Speaking of this is just 200,000 per day. Out there, they're talking about 350,000 per day. So combine these two facilities, we're talking about next level production as a country. So Anthony Williams, Aisa Yiba, my colleague Damawa Fufana has been here. Aaron is taking quarterway shots for us. Tiflo Flomo headed the group. Jerry is the chauffeur. So let's just go right back to the facilities so you see a little bit of what's going on before we leave you.
So thank you, folks. And it's all now up to Damwa Fufana to give you our closing shouts from the Liberia Poultry Farm here in Careysburg, Lower Monsterrado County. This has been an insightful coverage or broadcast, if you may, of this facility.